afternoon, and welcome to Coffee on the Coast. Good afternoon. I'm your host this afternoon, Tina Prigge, for this episode of Coffee on the Coast. Welcome back to Coffee on the Coast, Tim Gadzinski from Manitowoc Public Library. Happy New Year, Tim.
Happy New Year. It's been so long.
I haven't seen you since last year.
I know. Oh, God, has it been that long? Oh, and what month are we in? Is it April already? Is it June? I don't even know.
It kind of feels like it, but it's January 11th, and we've already almost lived a year, it feels like.
Is it 2023 or 2024? What year? Did I fall asleep? Have I Rip Van Winkled myself?
If the year is going this way for you as well, then you, dear viewers, need what we're talking about today, which sounds like so much fun, right?
It does. And, I love it when... Hooray! I love it that, I love when we do cool things for the entire spectrum of ages of our patrons. And I'm always glad when something fun and just interesting and is happening for our teen patrons, because, it's with everything that goes on in high school, it's a lot harder to find time, actually I know adulting is hard, and it's no easy job getting from, say, yay, age 4 to 11, isn't any great shakes either. There's a lot to digest there too, but it seems like teen lives and everything gets so crammed together. And I'm so happy that we can offer something that's interesting and cool for them.
Yeah, and let's talk about it, because the Manitowoc Public Library has a reputation of offering cool programming and doing cool collaborations with other community organizations. So the library's got this teen lock-in. So wait, we should unpack that, what a lock-in means, but it's a collaboration with Lincoln High School. So
correct.
Let's unpack this. What is a lock-in, Tim?
A lock-in is a teen exclusive event. That's an after-hours event at the library that you need to get. You need to register for them, and you also need to get a permission slip signed for them. But it is an event where they just have the library to themselves. That's what the lock-in part of it means. Oh. Or sometimes they've done things. There was a family lock-in on the Cobia, where they got to stay overnight on the Cobia. That was a family thing. There's been things like glaze and paint and things like that, but typically the lock-ins are just at the library. So you have the library all to yourself.
Cool. Teen exclusive. What is that age range?
It is age 11 to 17.
So 50 not included. Darn it. Anyway.
Well, I think maybe you could. Well, I knew you when you were what, 12?
14.
Well, that's almost the same thing. I know it's not. Please, no hate mail. No. So, and you look almost identical.
You're too nice, Tim.
Well, so if you want to do anything from Greece, just feel free to break into it. I'm not here to stop you. Hooray!
So if you notice, I chose this graphic because it looks kind of like a Japanese anime style, that sort of Hello Kitty style star.
For sure.
And the lock-in that you have coming up is an anime mini-con with
Correct.
The Lincoln High School Anime Club. So I'm super excited. I love anime. I love manga. I love geeking out on it with my teen. Tell us more about what an anime mini-con is.
Okay, well, this was really the brainchild of, and I hope I pronounce her name right. I know I will get the first name right. Last name, I'm not so sure. But Desiree Mienton, and her and a close friend founded the Lincoln High School Anime/Cosplay Club. Hooray! Exactly. I think you can come. I'll ask her if you can come. So they founded this club last fall as, a safe place for Lincoln High students that were into anime and cosplay to be able to get together and just talk about what they love. And I think it's great, that they went ahead and formed that club. And then they decided Desiree is a member of the teen team of volunteers at the library. And once the club had found its footing, they decided to approach the library about partnering on a mini con, specifically anime and cosplay focused at the library. And of course, that wasn't a tough sell. It's such a great idea. And it's been a while, like it's been a while since we did something like this. There were, Doctor Who days and things like that, but we haven't done one of these in a while. So when the opportunity presented itself, we jumped at it.
Super cool. First of all, Desiree, congratulations to you and your friends for taking the initiative to form a club. What a great way to not only pursue what you love, but to also attract others that share those loves, right? Like, what a great way to find your tribe.
Oh, yeah.
And then, Tim, I hear you saying cosplay. So does that mean that attendees can come in costume?
Of course. Yeah, there's actually going to be everything. I described this when I initially put the promo out for it. A mini con is like a con, only mini. And I love that we're attaching the name, but there's going to be a mini cosplay contest. And so that will take place, and the judging will include however people are made up and their originality and sense of expression and their wig stylings. So that's going to be taking place that night too. I'm not sure what the prize is going to be, but I would imagine there's going to be something.
Bragging rights for sure.
Well, for sure, bragging rights. And you know what you had mentioned about Desiree and their planning of it? What I like is that they decided to take it outside of Lincoln. That there are people that don't go to Lincoln, that they realize that really quickly, that we're into anime in Manitowoc, and they wanted to open it up to them. So I think that's pretty wonderful also. Yes. And then what I do like about the cosplay after the contest, the judges are going to lead a workshop about the origins and the history of cosplay, which is really interesting. And I have no idea where that's going to go. I would have to imagine that it's got to start possibly with things like Rocky Horror Picture Show, where people would dress up to do it. But that was to dress up for the specific event. Nobody really dressed outside of the event to do it. They'd go to the midnight movie and they dress up. So I'm really curious. I'm positive it's got to be of Japanese origin, wouldn't you imagine? I mean, at least cosplaying for anime.
Yeah, it's super popular in Japan, like the Harajuku area of Tokyo. Kids will just kids, adults, all ages will congregate there in their favorite cosplay. I think that it seems like the cons almost started from that sort of culture that started.
Yeah.
There. So I would love to know more about it too.
Yeah, and I love that. It's not that it's real super hardcore educational, but this is a fun event that also, gives you some knowledge about it, which I think is just great. But, I love going down rabbit holes about, and learning as much esoteric information on a subject as I can.
So it's got a little international flavor with the anime. It's got, the artistic expression with cosplay. It's got, the art. It's got the international flavor. I think I'm repeating myself, but
it's got flavor.
It's got
flavor. I think it has flavor. But and also
let's tell people when it is.
Okay, this takes place on Friday, January 27th from 6:30 to 8 p.m. And the organizers ask that you don't show up before 6:30 so that everything can get set up and ready, and that you can just hit the ground running if you attend on the 27th. But the more important element is that registration opens this week on Friday, January 13th. And that registration opens at 5 p.m. And you can either stop by the youth services desk, because like I said, you do have to pick up that permission slip, to fill in so that you can attend. But you could also make it a two-part thing where you come and get the permission slip, but you register. You can do that by calling 920-686-3030 on Friday the 13th of this month.
Oh, Friday the 13th.
Yeah. So unless you're a Templar Knight, you probably won't have any problems, getting here. If you're a Templar, maybe wait till the next day. I don't know how many Team Templars we have in Manitowoc.
Well, let's find out.
Only one way to find out. That's true.
So did I also see a note that there's like snacks and that type of stuff?
There's always snacks. I mean, one thing about the library, especially the teen events, there's food and beverages included. That'll be there. And of course, I should mention, all of this is free. like pretty much everything we do here. None of this is at any cost to the teens or their parents. Just sign up and come and have fun. And one thing also that we didn't mention, you sort of mentioned about the flavor of it, that there's going to be a separate anime room where uh, they're going to have panels more about they're going to have panels, they're going to have trivia about anime, and also my favorite that really piques my curiosity, they're going to be doing anime Mad Libs. I don't see how that can't be anything but fun.
Yeah,
I
right.
mean, maybe it's a little nerdy, but I'm a huge Mad Libs fan, even now. So there's, if you're interested in cosplay and anime on any level, there really is something for you. If you're between the ages of 11 and 17, or I put in a good word for Tina
Yeah.
Schmiggy, who I believe is 14. And, I'll put in a good word for young Miss Schmiggy, which is not easy to say, by the way. But yeah,
So,
it should be fantastic, and um, I love having these events, and like you had Kate on last week, and I think it's 2 weeks after this, or just a week after. It's very shortly after that is the teen lock-in for yoga night. So the New Year's is rolling in a really great direction as far as the teen programming at Manitowoc Public Library is concerned.
and I love it because no matter where you are on the anime spectrum, whether you are diehard and you know everything about it already, or whether you think maybe you're interested but you need to know more, wherever you are, this event is a great place to come, to learn more, to connect with others, to just hang out with other teens and have fun on a Friday night.
Yeah, it's teen networking really on a specific topic, which is great. Why shouldn't that happen? I think it's great that the opportunity is here. So I hope a ton of people take advantage. But space is limited. So if you are interested, make sure to sign up.
Yeah, definitely sign up. And I think too, Tim, this type of programming is really important following the pandemic, right? Like we're talking to teens that for 2 years really didn't get to mix in and hang out and even go to class with their friends, right?
Oh,
So
yeah.
to like have these events now where you can get together, where you can just hang out with, other humans that aren't on a computer is pretty cool.
Oh, for sure. And, we're discovering that there is a real thirst for in-person programming again across the board. But for teens especially, 2 years is a long time to just exist online. you know, and interpersonal connection is so important. And I'm really glad that we're getting back to that. You'd be surprised though, like how many how many uh, senior citizens uh, want great decisions back in person. They've had enough of just participating online too, but we're still going to present that in an online. I'll be back to talk about this and another one with a different hairstyle probably, um but that one great thing about the pandemic is we did learn a lot about virtual presentations and lifetime virtual presentations, which is great because this isn't the case for the teen minicon, but for great decisions, for example, it's still February and March, and it still is Wisconsin, so it still is winter. So we've had to cancel in the past. Now we don't have to cancel if someone can't get here. We just do it online,
Yeah.
which I love. But getting back to being with people and having fun in person, doing Mad Libs together. I mean, I don't think it gets more basic, but any more fun than that. Just getting together and laughing with people in the same room. I think is hooray! It also makes me hungry for a bowl of Lucky Charms.
Yes, 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 it does.
So thank you
So,
for I don't have any library cereal at my disposal. If
well,
only.
Tim, thank you so much. What a fun, fun event to look forward to. If only I was still 15, it would be fantastic. There is a teen lock-in. It's Anime Minicon. This is a collaboration with the Lincoln High School Anime Club. You do not have to go to Lincoln High School as long as you're a teen. Come and enjoy this at the Manitowoc Public Library on January 27th. Register starting Friday, January 13th,
Correct.
right? And you can do that online or you have to come in.
You have to come in.
Okay.
You can either come in just to the youth services desk on the second floor and get signed up and get that permission slip, so you already have it, and then you can just turn it in the night of, and then also you can do it by phone. And that number again that you can register at is 920-686-3030, which, if you are a teen Templar, might be the better course of action on
That's
the 13th.
awesome.
But no, thank you so much for having me on. It's always a blast talking about these things. And I just love talking about all the array of stuff that we have going on at the library, because, we're a lot more than books. And
Libraries are such a critical component to the fabric of a community, and we are fortunate to have, such an active library and such a forward-thinking library. I just love everything. I love everything about the Manitowoc Public Library. Keep up the great work.
Thank you. And thank you so much for being such a huge supporter of the library. I mean, it's great.
I wouldn't do as well as an athletic supporter. I'm much better as a library.
Hello. Is this still an afternoon show?
That was a throwback callback to Greece, but
that was. Oh, you're right. You did manage to work. I'm getting schmiggy into this for sure.
Well, Tim, please come back and see us when you're ready to talk great decisions or to announce any other great programming that you've got going on at the library. We are always happy to see you and talk to you.
Well, thank you so much. And I'm not shy, so I'll be back.
You've been watching Coffee on the Coast. My guest today, Tim Gadzinski of Manitowoc Public Library. We will see you next time on Coffee on the Coast.
Bye.